No one is against you. You're just not worth noticing yet. Let that land. Don't rush past it, because somewhere inside you, you already know it's true. And that's exactly why it stings. You felt it. In rooms where conversations flow right past you. In workplaces where lesser men get promoted. In social circles where your words fall flat, while someone louder, someone bolder, someone with half your intelligence gets all the attention. You've told yourself the world is rigged. You've told yourself people are shallow. You've told yourself that good men finish last. And maybe, just maybe, you believed it long enough to stop fighting back. But here's what no one has the courage to tell you. The world isn't ignoring you because it's cruel. The world is ignoring you because you made yourself invisible and then called it unfair. That's the brutal truth this video is built on. Not to humiliate you, not to lecture you, but to hand you the mirror, the one you've been avoiding. Because on the other side of this reflection is a version of you that no room will ever overlook again. So let's talk about how you do that. Let's talk about the real mechanisms of power, respect, and human nature. The ones that operate underneath the surface of every interaction you've ever had. The first thing you need to understand is this. Scarcity creates value, and you have made yourself abundant. You respond immediately. You are always available. You agree constantly. You never leave a room with mystery trailing behind you. You give your opinions freely to people who didn't ask, and you withhold your silence from moments that needed it. You are everywhere, which means you are nowhere special. Ask yourself this. When was the last time someone wondered what you were thinking? When was the last time your absence was louder than your presence? Because the men who command rooms don't do it by talking more. They do it by making every word count and making every silence feel deliberate. Cut your output in half. Speak less. Disappear more. Let people wonder. Mystery is not weakness. It is weaponized presence. The moment people can no longer predict you completely, they start paying attention. The second mechanism is one of the most psychologically violent truths in human nature, and most men spend their entire lives running from it. People do not respect what they did not have to earn. The things you give freely are the things that get taken for granted, every time, without exception. This is not cynicism. This is evolutionary psychology. The brain assigns value based on effort and rarity. When something costs nothing, the subconscious registers it as worth nothing. You've been the friend who always shows up, the partner who always forgives, the employee who always goes the extra mile without being asked. And you've watched in quiet devastation as those around you took that generosity and handed their respect to someone colder, someone more withholding, someone who made them work for it. And here's the question I want you to sit with. Why do you keep giving away what should cost something? The third truth is about anger, and this one will cut the deepest. Your anger is a leash. Every time you explode, every time you go cold, every time you post something reactionary, every time you snap back at someone who disrespected you, you have just handed them a complete manual to control you. You've told them, this is my button. Push here for reaction. And people, consciously or not, will push that button every single time they want to feel power over you. The men who are truly feared are not the ones who erupt. They are the ones who smile, calmly, who look you in the eye when you disrespect them, and do absolutely nothing in that moment. Because they know something you don't. They know that the real response doesn't happen in the heat of the moment. It happens when you least expect it. Emotional control is not suppression, it is strategy. The man who controls his reactions controls the entire dynamic. The man who cannot has already lost.
Here's what I want you to think about.
When was the last time your anger actually got you what you wanted? Not punished you, not isolated you, actually delivered a result that served you. The fourth truth lives in the architecture of how you enter every room, every relationship, every conversation. You negotiate from need, and need destroys leverage. When you want the job too badly, they pay you less. When you want the relationship too badly, they respect you less. When you want the approval too badly, they give you less of it. Human beings are wired to sense desperation, and desperation triggers a primal calculus in the other person's mind. It tells them they have more power than you. And once that calculus is established, it governs every interaction that follows.
The most powerful position in any negotiation,
Any conversation, any social dynamic, is the position of genuine indifference to the outcome. Not performed indifference, but genuine, rooted, soul-deep comfort with walking away. That comfort does not come from arrogance. It comes from options. It comes from a man who has built skill, discipline, financial independence, a mission, so that no single person, no single room, no single opportunity becomes the thing his entire self-worth depends on. The fifth truth is about identity, and this is where it gets truly dark. You are performing a version of yourself that someone else wrote for you. Your family told you what a good man looks like. Your culture told you what success sounds like. Social media told you what respect looks like. And somewhere in that storm of external definitions, you lost the thread of who you actually are, what you actually want, what you are actually willing to sacrifice for.
And a man without a clearly defined self is a man who can be defined by whoever is in the room. The boss shapes him. The partner shapes him. The friend group shapes him. He becomes whatever the dominant personality around him needs him to be, and then wonders why he feels hollow. This is the psychological mechanics of being overlooked. It is not that people see you and dismiss you. It is that there is nothing clearly, sharply, undeniably you to see. You are a reflection. And people don't remember reflections. They remember the thing that cast them.
the sixth truth is the one that separates the men who change from the men who just consume content about changing. Insight without action is just comfortable suffering. You can watch every video, read every book, understand every principle, and still wake up tomorrow doing the same things in the same patterns, getting the same results. Because knowledge without implementation is just sophisticated entertainment. The men who truly transform do something that is psychologically painful. They act before they feel ready. They take the uncomfortable action while the fear is still present, while the self-doubt is still loud, because they understand that waiting for confidence is the longest con the mind ever runs on a man.
Confidence is not the prerequisite to action. It is the product of it. What is the one action, just one, that you have been rationalizing your way out of for months? Because that action That specific one that comes to your mind right now is the door, and everything you want is on the other side of it.
The seventh truth, and the one that this entire video has been building toward. You are not powerless. You are undisciplined. Not in the gym sense. Not in the waking up at 5 a.m. sense. In the deepest, most fundamental sense. The discipline of attention. Knowing exactly where your energy goes and why. The discipline of identity. Knowing who you are when no one is watching and nothing is on the line. The discipline of silence. Knowing what not to say, what not to react to, what not to give away. The discipline of patience. The terrifying, suffocating patience of a man who knows his time is coming and refuses to be rushed into someone else's timeline.
You are not the victim of other people's blindness. You are the architect of your own invisibility. And that is actually the most empowering thing you can hear, because it means the solution lives inside you, not in how other people change, in how you do. Now leave me something in the comments. If the world started treating you exactly the way you treat yourself, would that be better or worse than what you're already experiencing?